Hey, good morning, Derek. This is a double demo for you for your SP Sabers High Ground Elite and your Arcann Saber that's been redone. So they both have Proffie v3's. As always, we're going to go over my desk. I'll show you how to work these guys in detail and then get several of your sabers out to you in the mail today. Thanks, man. Hey, good morning, Derek. We've got two more sabers for you. I think what I'm going to do here is I want to do a demo for these two and then get the box out today for the sabers that I've completed for you already, because this one is one that you wanted expedited. I've got a few others that you want expedited in the box, and the other ones are just, I'm doing them for you as fast as I can, but it's reaching the point where I probably just need to get what I've got done for you out in the mail to include these two. All right, so this is an Arcann that you sent to me. We'll go over this one second. This, of course, being the High Ground Elite from my buddy Sean over at SP Sabers. So both installed with Proffies. This is a 2-button setup, so your power is going to be up here. Your auxiliary will be over here. As you can see, this is on a toggle switch, all right? Kind of like a seesaw. You've got a KR Sabers lit PCB up in here. Now, to get to your chassis, there's a few different ways, all right? First of all, we're going to take the pummel off. Please remember, when unscrewing this pummel, it's different from righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is opposite. You need to, it's righty-loosey, lefty-tighty on this particular setup. The first time I did one of these, I was hella confused, and it took me a long time to figure that out. But this one is like that, okay? So that will expose your chassis. Then you want to come over here to this greebly here, and you want to loosen it up a little bit. You don't have to take it out, just give it a few turns and loosen it. You can pull your chassis straight out. All right, so you've got your power and auxiliary switches here, just some greebly work. You've got your battery compartment, so an 18650 with the spring side being the negative side of your battery. Pop that in like that, nice and tough. You've got your Proffie V3 here. You've got the kill switch right here in front of the board. We'll flip that on. You can operate it from here if you like. Auxiliary back here. And we'll turn it off. All right, you'll notice that this channel right here is for that little greebly that we loosened up. You can actually see where it locks down the chassis. All right, so once we turn it on, we're going to make sure that we line up our plungers, and that will inherently line up that groove with that greebly. We're going to put it straight in here. It's going to bounce a little bit at the very end because it's engaging with some pins here that I'll show you in a second. So what we want to do is we want to push that down, all the way down till it's like that. Come over here and lock this greebly down. That will hold the chassis in place. So now we're good to go there. All right, we can come over here. Remember, righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. All right, so put the pummel on here. We're good to go. We can hit power. Auxiliary is going to be about right here. You do need to press it a little tough. All right. Now, once you have the battery in, if you don't want to get to the battery every time, you just want to say get to the kill switch. All right, we're going to take the grenade section off. Again, righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. We're just going to take the grenade section off here. You see you've got a Smuggler's Outpost switch pixel PCB set in there that lines up with that PCB. Taking this off allows you to get to the board and the kill switch. So from right here, we can turn the saber off, or we can turn it back on. All right, once the saber's on, come back over here, lefty-tighty, screw it down all the way so it engages those pins, and hit power. You can adjust the pummel piece right here for sound venting. I've got it right here because I thought it was like a nice mix of being hidden but still allowing plenty of sound to come out. But of course you can adjust that to however you like. I left enough room in there for any adjustment that you want. All right, so power. To take the battery out, we'll come back over here and take the pummel off, loosen up this greebly, pull our chassis straight out. We're going to want to flip the kill switch off. Take something flat, come over here from the positive side, which is over here by the kill switch, and just pop your battery out. And that's pretty much how you work that. This is a redo of an old chassis design that I had for the Saber. It was always a little bit cumbersome. I didn't want to do it, and skills have changed a little bit since I originally made that chassis. So I just went ahead and I started from scratch and made this. I hope that you feel that it's easy to use, because that was the intention. All right, so we'll put the chassis back in there. We're going to screw down the pommel here. Good to go on the high ground elite. So we're going to put that off to the side. Now, your Arcann. When you sent me the Arcann, I did test it out. The old chassis that was in there was a lot of like speaker distortion, even though my battery was fully charged. So I just redid the whole thing. All right, so you had also mentioned that these needed to be fixed. They are originally adhesed on there with some double-sided tape. They were starting to come up a little bit. So what I did was shave the double-sided tape off a little bit. I used a little bit of v3's. I also used a little bit of CA glue, clamped all these down, wrapped it tight with some Teflon tape, and I left it overnight to cure. So now all of these are on there like they should be. All right, 2-button setup still, so here and here. To get to your chassis, you just come over here and unscrew this. For this particular Saber, I use the KR Sabers Eco chassis. He has a really nice chassis for this. I like using it. All right, so we just take that off, come over here, push down on your crystal chamber a little bit, straight back, and take it out like that. So that reveals your Proffie V3. Your crystal chamber, I did modify the crystal chamber a little bit because I didn't like the way that it fit in there last time, so it fits better this time. It also pokes up a little bit more. Your crystal was down to like, it only poked up about this far last time. I didn't really like that, so I did some modifications. I brought it up to here. 28mm Smokers Outpost Elite speaker, battery compartment, spring side for the negative side of your battery. So this chassis was gotten, like I said, through KR Sabers. This is a Jimmy Saber junk design chassis. He of course works for KR Sabers. All right, kill switch right there. As you can see, your crystal is on a different data line. All right, then we're going to want to put this in. So when we put this in, it does have a channel here for an internal screw. If you just make sure that your 2 switches are lined up with your plunger switches, like so. It'll go right in there for you. You can push it up with the crystal chamber. Come over here and screw this in. Your crystal is on a timer. So your right hand switch, when the switches are facing up, is auxiliary, or is power. Left is auxiliary. I replaced the Neopixel for the crystal, so you get a lot better shine through now. It was a little bit dim before. And you've got twist off, and that is basically how you operate this guy. I did not change the config from what was on there before. I just cleaned up the wiring. Oh, I just redid all of the wiring with a brand new chassis. So you have twist on and twist off. Twist or flip off, kills the power. This one you can come in here with your finger and just pop the battery out like that. All right, and then we'll put this back in here for safekeeping, of course, and for shipment. Get those switches lined up, pop this into place, put your pommel on. And that's basically how you work this. So this should be a pretty easy setup for you as well, I hope. Your Arcann, your SP Sabers High Ground Elite. Let me know if you have any questions. All these will go into a box with the Sabers I previously have done in the last few days for you. Thanks, man.